Pollution is a huge problem we face nowadays because of all the technological advances that have been presented in the past and in the present. And we are facing all the consequences of our acts, but other living creatures are also paying for them. Actions that affect. We use the car even if we go somewhere nearby. We do not share carpooling even though we know someone lives nearby. And we are on the same road. Some brands have developed electric cars that don't use gasoline, but also have materials from the car's structure that continue to generate a lot of waste. The country allows foreign companies to settle in our country to improve our economy, but those companies choose Mexico because it does not have many restrictions for their procedures that harm the environment as in their country of origin. This benefits our economy, but it's very harmful for the ecosystems of our country, and the government doesn't care about that while it keeps creating jobs because they can manage in a good way the country by their own.
If we all contribute, it is for this and so many reasons that it is necessary for everyone in general and not just a minority to become aware of the great problem we are facing nowadays. This is something that should not be taken so easily. It is something that must be solved immediately. And we're not saying that it is something that will change from one day to another, but we should start taking action because it is a problem of so many years ago that we're still facing the consequences because we haven't been more conscious and we haven't reduced our negative effects in our actions. The habit of consumerism. When we generate trash, all of that residue ends up being burned and so many gases are expelled from the combustion. Imagine that the giant effect that burning the trash of every house and individual creates. We usually buy things we think we need, or we just buy them because we like them, but we don't really need them. And we generate a huge quantity of waste, and the planet ends up paying for that. Problems. Hundreds of tons of garbage are produced in our city every day, and only the 10% of them is recycled. This means that 90% of the garbage we produce and generate is damaging the environment and causing pollution. And all this because not separating the waste into different containers. Example of solutions. Some schools are already taking action and promoting programs to separate, recycle, and reduce waste, such as zero waste that is implemented here in CETIS. The problem with this strategy is that a lot of people doesn't know where to throw the trash, and they end up putting it in the brown container, avoiding that this program can work correctly.
Nowadays, almost everyone is carrying their own thermos, and that has helped a lot to reduce trash. Once this was kind of difficult for people because they didn't want to be carrying their thermo all day and they have to wash it, and yes, it is more work. But these little actions are the ones that are really making the difference in helping of environment, and that extra work is nothing compared to what the world has to do just to degrade one piece of all the trash we generate in a single day. All of us as a society must realize the situation in which our planet finds itself and how the consequences of this affect us all, such as not taking the necessary actions to put a stop to this problem. Very soon we will finish ruining the environment as a consequence of our health and life of all species that inhabit the earth. Besides, a good proof that we are the ones who contaminate the planet are us humans, which with the recent world situation, the people aren't supposed to go outside. This to calm the virus from spreading. With this closure, the animals are slowly gaining terrain as the humans stop using the space in the earth. The nature starts recovering statistically. The animals are using urbs that are empty except for the people that need to go outside. In conclusion, the new generations have to be taught of the importance of preserving the earth so we can make it a better place for us and other living creatures. We can keep creating technological innovations, but taking into consideration the effects that they could have in the environment so we can figure a way to generate at least the least damage possible or even contribute to the preservation of it.